Welcome to Security Highlights. My name is Nathanael. I manage the Information System and Cybersecurity for DornerWorks. Today we are going to have a roundtable discussion regarding compliance and cybersecurity on medical device development. We have some special guests that are with us. Dan Rittersdorf is a senior embedded software engineer and technology strategy leader and medical device security expert. And Russ Ramsay is a member of our business development team focused on client solutions in the medical device and IoT connected product markets. Welcome, Dan and Russ.
Thank you, Nathaniel, for that generous introduction. I appreciate your invitation to talk about how cybersecurity is important to medical device development.
Yeah, thanks, Nathaniel, for engaging this conversation. Cybersecurity is an important topic that is at the top of mind for most medical device developers. As connectivity in medical device grows, enabling improved patient outcomes and experiences, so does the exposure risk to cyber attacks. Just last week, there was a report released by Security Threat Intelligence Group, Palo Alto Networks, Unit 42, that found significant cybersecurity vulnerabilities in 75% of 200,000 infusion pumps already deployed on healthcare networks. That's huge. So this just demonstrates that the opportunities to exploit vulnerable, life-critical devices is very real. And medical device developers need to take cybersecurity very, very seriously, and we can help with that.
That's very true, Russ. Compliance is always difficult. In the last few episodes, we have been exploring compliance and how it relates to security. Dan, I'm going to ask you, what are some of the unique challenges that you have found in the medical industry regarding compliance?
Well, that's a great question, Nathaniel, because the medical device community has been historically slower to rise to the challenge of security than the commercial markets. Many of the challenges come from a false sense of security. Device developers assume the hospital infrastructure will protect them from attack, or that the cost of adding defenses against attack are not warranted because devices are used in the doctor's office or in the hospital where they're protected. Hospitals assume the developer has made the device secure and safe to connect to their network. More and more, HCPs are contractually requiring stronger cybersecurity from medical device manufacturers. The quick changes that happened in 2020 due to COVID-19 meant suddenly more devices needed to be connected, and devices were brought into the home to remotely monitor patients. These are places that aren't protected by hospital IT. Increasingly, too, in recent years, cybercrime has been hitting hospital infrastructure, and medical devices have been found to have vulnerabilities that could potentially compromise the hospital network infrastructure. Russ mentioned one of those prominent ones that was just announced. With the ongoing Russian attack on Ukraine, hospitals have been asked to raise their alertness too, due to increased risk of cybercrime at this time. Cybercrime can be costly, but in the medical device world, it can be deadly. In September of last year, a lawsuit was filed that linked a 2019 ransomware attack on an Alabama hospital to a patient death. The lawsuit claimed that when an attack disrupted the nurse's ability to monitor a baby's heart rate, it caused them to miss the fact that the baby was in distress, leading to the baby's death 9 months later. Also in 2019, the FDA submitted an official warning concerning security vulnerabilities in devices produced by a medical device manufacturer. Their mechanism for software updates, monitoring patients, and transferring data didn't provide sufficiently robust security measures to protect against a hack, and recommended hospitals restrict software access while addressing this issue. The FDA began providing cybersecurity guidance back in 2005, and again revised that guidance in 2014, and they're in the process of revising those guidelines again, perhaps as early as this year. Post-market guidance was finalized in 2016 for monitoring devices in the field. Today, as medical devices meet the Internet of Things, home healthcare, monitoring and treatment, and medical device manufacturers seek to obtain lakes of data on device usage or provide proactive maintenance monitoring, devices need to be connected. Within the device, software and data need to be protected while they're at rest, while in motion. At the network interfaces, connections must be secured, authenticated, authorized, and validated. Data must be encrypted, signed, and checked for integrity. For some devices, personal information, personally identifying information, and personal health information must additionally be protected, validated, and sometimes anonymized to protect the patient's privacy. So yes, cybersecurity is and is increasingly integral to the design of medical devices going forward.
Thanks, Dan. That's a really great summary. Russ, what are some of the challenges that our customers are seeing with regard to medical devices?
Yeah, the medical device field is vast and can range from mechanical and plannable devices to sophisticated remotely operated surgical robots. And as Dan mentioned, wearables at home. It takes enormous investment to bring a medical device to market due to the regulatory requirements, the approvals, the patient efficacy validation, and so on. And thus, typical lifespan of a medical device can be at least, it can be 10 years plus. However, as hospitals are embracing the power of big data for providing insights into operational optimization and efficiency, and ultimately improving patient outcomes and experiences, medical device manufacturers are getting pressure to add connectivity to these stalwart devices. So adding connectivity is challenging as it involves significant modifications to designs, including the hardware aspect, adding a radio, the Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, the software drivers, adding software drivers to the embedded portion, developing a means to provision these devices to a healthcare network, and sometimes it's a Bluetooth connected mobile app. The proper authentication to the device and of the device and the users of the device to the back-end system that's collecting data, which is usually cloud-based. The managing security certificates, enabling capability to remotely update the device, apply security patches in the future, secure storage of patient information that Dan had mentioned. And then there's the ongoing device support, cloud maintenance, user support, security patch management. So where traditional product development typically involved only a couple of engineering disciplines, mainly in the hardware and software aspects, connected products involve many more disciplines, including mobile app developers, web cloud architects, and cloud app developers, IT, electronic medical records or EMR integration specialists, patient data privacy policy managers, and then of course there's the regulatory compliance. Add the cybersecurity risk management and mitigation measures, and the validation to all of this can be quite daunting for medical device developers.
That's really true. Thanks, Russ. Dan, what are some medical device requirements like companies like DornerWorks have to comply with? Can you explain what some of those requirements are?
Yeah, Nathanael. There's a variety of important standards for medical devices, and it can become overwhelming. But the core standards we follow, I'm just going to buzz through the list here real quick. ISO 9001, the foundation of all our quality process. ISO 13485, specific quality management systems for medical devices. IEC 60601-1. This lays out how to produce safe medical hardware devices. IEC 62304. This is and the amendment 1 in 2015. Medical device software lifecycle processes. This tells us how to manage the entire software development lifecycle for our software. That also references ISO 14971, which is the application of risk management to medical devices. And this pairs with AAMI Tier 57, Principles of Medical Device Security, to provide a similar process for managing cybersecurity for medical devices. And then the FDA guidance documents content for pre-market submissions for management of cybersecurity in medical devices. There's a draft guidance right now that's looking to be certified or approved later this year. And then post-market management of cybersecurity in medical devices. 2016 standard, the final guidance is out there and is relevant to medical devices today.
Wow, that's a lot of different requirements. What are some of the ways that DornerWorks meets those requirements?
Well, Nathanael, I mentioned the foundational ISO standards of 9001 and ISO 13485. Our company is audited annually to ensure compliance with those standards. We've got an implementation of those standards we call the book. We do everything by the book. Our medical software quality processes have been revised to conform to IEC 62304, and our safety risk management process is being updated to follow ISO 14971. Safety risk management is a full life cycle activity, not a one and done prospect. Likewise, our cybersecurity risk management process is being updated to parallel that safety risk management process with security risk management and full life cycle iterative process. The safety and security processes are designed to expect design change. Change is the only real constant, and respond to design changes by triggering a reevaluation of the safety and security of the product. This continues into the post-market phase with our customers as the software bill of materials is monitored for new vulnerabilities, which may trigger a security event, reevaluation of the risk for the medical device, and may result in us developing a patch to resolve the vulnerability. For serious cases, it may involve a recall.
Wow. Russ, what are some other ways we deliver these solutions to our customers?
As you can see, connected medical product development involves a diverse set of engineering expertise that is rarely found in any single person or single engineer. So the staffing investment can be unattainable for some companies, especially companies that have few products to release. Understanding and staying on top of the design controls and regulatory requirements that Dan just mentioned is daunting. DornerWorks can help those companies because we have all of those disciplines that work together under one roof. We have the necessary certifications in place and the design control processes. And we've used them to help guide numerous medical device clients realize their visions of bringing a secure, connected, compliant, and reliable product to market. And beyond launch as well, I might add, with post-launch feature enhancements, product optimization, and most importantly, security patch deployment.
Well, thanks Dan and Russ for participating in this discussion, keeping us informed about medical device security. What are your final thoughts as we close out this discussion? Dan?
Nathanael, cyber threat activity is becoming more active in today's world, especially with the events of our time. And it's critical that medical device manufacturers choose a design partner that is proactively identifying vulnerabilities before they become threats, who designs security into the product from the bottom up and has the capability to support their post-market surveillance activity and any mitigations that need to be done. We look to build a relationship based on trust, accountability, and dependability, not simply a project engagement, but a product partnership, because our customers' integrity is in our hands as we help them turn their medical device ideas into life-changing reality.
Yeah, Dan, you hit the nail on the head. A design partner relationship is key. The paradigm of connected medical device development is quite different from the past. It's complicated. Technology is fast moving, but hackers move even faster. When patient lives and personal data are at risk and a company's reputation can be ruined by a single incident, cybersecurity best practices need to be at the heart of every medical device development, and we can help with that.
That's great. Well, thanks again, Dan and Russ, for coming out today. It's really important to choose a partner that understands how to protect your data and comply with the latest compliance rules. That is why every day our DornerWorks team is employing rigorous tools, techniques, and processes to protect your data from cyber threats. For now, stay cyber safe.